What's up guys, it's Travis and welcome back to my channel. As you guys know, Bitcoin has been dropping. It's dropped almost $20,000 in the last 12 days. This is where we, as the smart investors, accumulate. So if you guys are excited to get value from today's video, then please make sure to leave that thumbs up button down below and subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. Let's jump right into it. Alright, so as you guys know, what I like to look at for Bitcoin and what I want to see for this month is I want to see us close with a red monthly candle. As we've talked about and as we've been talking about on this channel, when you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles in a row, we need a red candle. We need a red monthly candle so we can have a little bit of a break. Okay, so coming over here, as you guys can see, come up here, Bitcoin's high was at roughly $65,000. And ever since this day, which was April 15th roughly, we've just been in a steady downtrend all the way down to about a little under $47,000 a coin. So like I said guys, we've dropped about $20,000 in about 12 days. Alright, so now that we've taken a look at Bitcoin's chart, we're going to come over here and take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index is something that I really like to look at when I'm purchasing Bitcoin because I want to be buying when people are fearful. And right now, people are very fearful. We're at 27 on the Fear and Greed Index. We have to go to the 3-month, and even on the 3-month, we only got down to 38. So we're even lower than where we were 3 months ago. Coming over here to the 1 year, you guys can see that we are actually just about as low as the all-time low over the entire course of this year. If I were to guess, I would say the average in here is right around 60. I'd say that's a pretty good average. So we're currently at 27, so we are way below the current average for this year. And as you guys can see, usually when we are this oversold, it gets pumped up very quickly. In my opinion, Bitcoin is super oversold, and so I do not plan on selling my Bitcoin anytime soon. Coming over here, let's take a look at, this is actually something I haven't showed you guys yet, but I personally really like to look at. So this is a live graph that shows you exactly how much Bitcoin is left that people can physically buy, because there's only so much Bitcoin that people can buy. The only way for people to be able to buy more is if the whales, the people that own a lot of Bitcoin, sell their Bitcoin in hopes of dropping the price. And when they drop the price of Bitcoin, people get scared, and so they sell their Bitcoin because they think it's going to continue to go lower. But those whales then come back in, buy the dip, and they're buying more Bitcoin than when they sold because of everyone else who was freaking out when the market was selling off. And that's how these bigger whales are able to accumulate more. So I personally really like to take a look at these charts to see how much Bitcoin is actually left out there. And I think they do a really good job here because if you come down here and take a look, it goes by exchange. It tells you exactly how much Bitcoin is left on these exchanges and how much is going on a daily, 7-day, or a 30-day basis. So as you guys can see right now, Coinbase only has 661,000 Bitcoin left on their exchange, and currently they are down 115 Bitcoin on the day. Binance is down to 210,000 Bitcoin, and they've recently just sold out 559 Bitcoin, and it just goes down and down the list. Altogether, it looks like we have 1.4 million Bitcoin left that people can buy, of a total of 21 million Bitcoin. And so once this supply has been bought up, there's no more Bitcoin left. Imagine if there was a hard cap on gold. All the gold that we have is all the gold that we will ever have. And if you lose the gold, it's lost forever. That's essentially what Bitcoin is. It holds its value because it's scarce. It's actually more scarce than gold. And it's easier to transport than gold. It's easier to break down than gold. You can send it anywhere across the world in a matter of minutes. And Bitcoin is under a $1 trillion market cap compared to gold, which is much more clunky, much more cumbersome, but gold is sitting at roughly a $10 trillion market cap. So Bitcoin sitting here at roughly $50,000 a coin would have to 10x in order to just reach the same market cap that of gold, which is pretty incredible given the fact that Bitcoin, in a lot of these investors' opinions, is actually more valuable than gold itself. So it could go a lot higher than just that $500,000 a coin. And that's why we see so many large institutions and companies like Tesla, for instance, that are now buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin on their balance sheets. And this is a very important point to bring up, because as more and more of these institutions buy Bitcoin, the less and less there are on exchanges for these institutions to protect their wealth from inflation. And the reason we have inflation is because the government keeps printing more and more money. So as you guys can see right here, it is pretty obvious that the amount of Bitcoin on exchange is decreasing at a rapid pace. And the faster that this decreases, the faster the price will go up, because people are going to be racing to get their hands on as much Bitcoin as possible at these cheap prices. Now, I know you guys are thinking Bitcoin isn't very cheap. It's at $50,000 a coin, but in the next 5 to 10 years from now, when Bitcoin is sitting right around $500,000 a coin, $900,000 a coin, or even $1 million a coin, $50,000 a coin is going to look so cheap to all of us, especially since we realize that we can buy a fragment of a Bitcoin. You don't have to buy a whole one. You can buy fragments of a Bitcoin, and these are called Satoshis. And so by protecting your wealth and buying this Bitcoin, we're able to provide for ourselves in the future by holding this scarce asset, the scarcest asset that we have today. Now, there's one last thing that I wanted to point out that I thought was very interesting, that I really liked this. But as you guys can see right here, this is just a graph showing you how much USD or US dollars has been transferred to exchanges, those exchanges we were just talking about, that people send their money to in order to buy Bitcoin or buy Bitcoin off of those exchanges. This is the second largest deposit that we've seen in an entire year, with the only other largest deposit being this one from Tesla. Tesla came in and bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin back in February, and that's what this huge spike is from. And as you guys can see, coming back here to the Bitcoin price, this green graph right here, this is where Tesla bought Bitcoin, right around $33,000 a coin. And when the news came out that Tesla had bought Bitcoin, it shot all the way up past $40,000 a coin. So whoever decided to buy Bitcoin during this dump is going to come out looking like a genius. I've heard rumors that it may have been Walmart that bought Bitcoin. I really don't know. I don't think it really matters, because you guys can see that there is mass adoption happening here. There's billions of dollars being deposited in order to buy Bitcoin. And the more and more of these larger institutions that come in and buy Bitcoin, there's gonna be more and more pressure for these other large institutions to come and also get their hands on Bitcoin before the price continues to go up. So with that being said, that's pretty much all I've got for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys feel a little bit more comfortable about Bitcoin's price and where it's at right now. I hope you guys aren't freaking out, because it is such a great opportunity for us to be getting in the market when we have these bloody red days. But that's pretty much all I've got for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're able to get value from today's video. If you did, then please make sure to leave that thumbs up button down below. And I'm constantly coming out with new content every Tuesday and Friday. And so if you guys want to see more of this kind of content, like I said, feel free to subscribe. I love you guys. I'm Travis Trades, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon in the upcoming episode. Take it easy, guys.